Well, we are live Friday night on Facebook, YouTube, and X with Jamie Curran. Jamie, it's always good to have you back on the show. Bit different from usual,
Yeah,
Obviously, stakes are higher. This is our final game of 2023. It's mad to think halfway through 2023 we won a treble.
exactly. I mean, see, first of all, cheers for having me back on, Keith. I appreciate it. But it's weird to say that it's the last game of the 2023, innit? Like, it goes so quick.
Click like that. It's
It
mad to think
does.
our fourth game was against them 2-all, and Kyogo scored the dying embers of the game, and
Was
that was
that?
yeah, and Ibrox and Alistair Johnson debut, remember?
Yeah, I literally just watched the wee montage there of Kyogo's goals against them, and that one was there. And it seems so long ago. It seemed like a lifetime ago. You forget it was still this year, but like, it
I
does
think
feel.
I just think it's down to the managerial changes, and then
Uh,
the style of football changing, and then the weird results we've had and stuff like that. But like, look at strong audience tonight. 50 people watching on Facebook, YouTube, and X, folks. If you can come off Facebook and go onto the YouTube channel and subscribe, it's free of a charge. We're going to talk about who's available for the game tomorrow, who's not available, our starting lineups, score predictions, good moments, all the malarkey. Loads to talk about. I put a bit of work into this. Folks, my voice is gone. I've been smothering with the flu the last couple of days. James is the same as well. So the Jack Daniels is out. The hoops is on. We're all in good form. We're all on tomorrow. I'll battle on, soldier on,
yeah.
soldier on. That's it. I'll be up at 8 o'clock on the bevy. If that voice stay on, you never know. See what happens. Right. So before we went on air, I think there's more pressure on us tomorrow to do this. There's a lot of reasons why. First of all, they have no fans in the stadium. They have the game in hand as well, and then obviously the game against us, and then they've obviously won the League Cup. They're flying well in Europe, and look at us, we're kind of very hot and cold. So, what is your opinion going into this game tomorrow? Before we talk about players and injury news, my perspective, how are you feeling?
That's it's quite simple actually, Keith. If you think about it, this is a must win. This is a must win. There's no beater in the bush, man. You've got to win this tomorrow. But if we don't win it, I'll write a draw. Still no great, but we
Mm-hmm.
can't lose. We cannot lose tomorrow. If you lose tomorrow, we've got an absolute mountain to climb. We have to win, and there's no point beating around the bush. Tomorrow is a must win game. We have to win this game, and hopefully we do.
It just feels like they're not going to drop points after Christmas. You just feel like it's just going to be the same scenario where you sit down and you say, right, look, they're playing whoever away. It's going to be a penalty. They go down to 1-0. 20 minutes later, they're up 2-1, 3-1. Penalties are being awarded to them. You feel like there's a bigger chance of Celtic dropping points than them. As much as I hate saying that, that's to be God honest truth.
Yeah, I agree with Keith. They're showing a level of consistency, which is quite concerning actually. To be honest, but we have to. We're two good wins back to back now, so we start pressuring on showing that consistency. But you're right. We out of the two teams, we do look like we're more likely to drop points than what they are. But hopefully, pressing this next window, we're going to start showing that consistency that actually goes and wins you championships.
Exactly. At the end of the day, they may have one trophy in the bag. They'd be still focusing on Europe. We're out of Europe now. There's no excuses to go on and win this league. Yes, we keep talking about transfer targets, players brought in. At the end of the day, whoever starts tomorrow needs to make a statement. We all know Carter Vickers is out. I know the comments are saying CCV this, CC. When I heard the news today, CCV was out. I was kind of like, oh, that's a bit ropey, a bit ropey. And then I just took a step back and I said, you know what? Put Welch in there. I don't think Brendan rates Lagerbielke. Jamie, I don't think he rates him.
No, it doesn't look that way, mate. It doesn't look that way. And I was the exact same as what you said there. When I seen the news that he wasn't going to be featured at all, my heart sank a wee bit. But then you remember when Welsh came in for Bayernord, that game was
Mm.
brilliant. So I believe we've got enough quality there for somebody to come in and prove their worth over the next 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So let's be honest, it's probably going to be Welsh. It's going to be Stephen Welsh because, like you said, I don't think he rates Lagerbielke at all. So as Stephen Welsh is probably going to be. then it's a massive step for him in his Celtic career. Because you see about Lee Scales as well. He got a chance. He grabbed the bull by the horns. So this could be a chance to really establish himself as a first team centre back for Celtic.
Exactly. And what's the point giving the guy a new deal in the summer if he's not going to play? Just a waste of wage, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, they signed that deal, and to be honest with you, if it wasn't for probably the Scottish, like the Scottish mandate, they have to he's probably one of the ones where he's probably maybe moved on. But he signed his deal, he got injured, which was unfortunate, obviously, but these things happen in football. This is his chance to show his quality of the team.
There's no point. There's no point crying over Carter Vickers. The news is he's not available. He's not available for St. Mirren away. He'll be back after the winter break. There's no point saying if, but maybe. You just need to go out and do the job. Simple as, he is a big miss. Look, he's probably our best defender the last 10 years. We all know. And he's probably, I put him up there, but probably even better than Virgil van Dijk when Van Dijk was at Celtic.
Yeah.
Do you know what he's thinking? I'm not trying to wind up Celtic fans or put speculation out there. I was watching Sky Sports News last night and I see Brighton hammered Spurs. Now listen to this. Spurs are missing Christian Morero for the next 5 to 6 weeks. They're missing one of the centre backs they signed in the summer as well, and they're looking for a centre back. I will not be surprised and Spurs go back in for Carter Vickers. Now, I know he played for Spurs in the past and he was on loan several clubs and we ended up signing up from Spurs. I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised.
No, definitely not. I agree with you because Ange obviously knows him very well. He knows what he can bring to a team. So it wouldn't be the strangest thing to happen. And like you say, I mean, I hope it doesn't happen, obviously, but you're right to speculate because it's one of the transfers that probably makes sense. Do you know what I mean? If they need somebody for like 6 months to get the proper window where they can buy somebody of better quality, so it wouldn't be the strangest thing to happen.
The thing is, they're saying in Spurs, he's too injury prone, but that's the thing. Like you think after that operation, after the Scottish Cup, he'd be bouncing back and he'd be in contention, and then he picks up that injury against Aberdeen away. Welch comes in, as you said. Welch looks like he's more in form. Well, Welch hasn't played enough football this season. Welch has been injury as well. Welch has been injury prone as well.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I think it's a bit early to start saying he's injury prone. I mean, he's obviously been carrying an knock for last year, which is he's probably been getting some sort of treatment to make sure he can get through the full the rest of the season. Got his operation in the summer, and it seemed to me that it was as soon as he got his operation, we all had this big magical clock trying to get him back. Do you know what I mean? Quick. And sometimes if you rush a player back, which is obviously what showed with him and HATATE, then the risk of injuring himself becomes higher, and this just seems to be what it is. I think it's just ongoing effects from his original surgery, if that makes sense. So I hope that this time when he comes back, this is the last time he's going to get a good clean run to the end of the year.
Hope so. You look at Welch has been on the side of losing to them a couple of times as well. Obviously that horrendous season, and that was kind of his breakthrough season, you could say. And then he's been there obviously, and just 4 seasons, played a handful of games, and he played against them and stuff like that. I think Welch is more of a safe hands. I know Daniel Mack is saying Naroski tomorrow. Naroski hasn't played since the end of August, Dan. Yeah. I know, like people. I was one of them people that was writing up Naroski after hearing that he'd done so much good things. Leg of Warsaw, bit of European experience, playing with Joseph, playing with Arthur. He getting the insight into Celtic, and to be honest, regardless of whoever's trying to sell the club, you should know by everyone knows Celtic Football Club for their fans. But 60,000 tomorrow. I've talked about this many times on the channel. A lot of people will probably just knock this off and go somewhere else. I think the allocation and the atmosphere is killing this derby. We need to get this addressed. Simple as that. Yeah, whoever's going in that section tomorrow will stick their 2 fingers up at me and say, Keith, shut up. I'm sitting in that seat tomorrow. I don't care what you think. I'm at the game. What is your opinion on this, Jamie? Do you think, I know they started this. What is your opinion on this?
I've touched on it a bit on my TikTok as well, and I'll be completely honest, like you say, I'm not going to sit here and just put my tinted goggles on and lie to anybody. I think it's embarrassing. I'll be honest with you. I think it's embarrassing how you don't see anywhere else where away supporters can't actually come into their rivals' ground. It's petty. I think we need to sort it out, and I do understand what people mean by I want to sit in that seat. But you look at the game the other night with Hibs and Hearts, and when obviously Hearts scored the winner, it adds to the atmosphere. And if you're outside eyes looking at and you're watching this fixture, you mean you must open your eyes to like, well, what's it like in this country if you can't even allow away fans into your rival's ground? It's a bit embarrassing in my opinion, to be honest with you, mate. I think we need to sort it out quick style because, like you said, it killed the
Well,
atmosphere.
they started it. It was on this day, 2018. They started this allocation shite. To be honest, they actually started it, and it just got worse and worse. They smashed the toilets, and then they cut air allocation at Ibrox, and then physios getting damaged with bottles across the head. Joe Hart getting thrown Budweiser bottles at him. Like, that's the petty games, you know. As they always say, karma is a, you know what? I'm not going to say it because in case I get done for saying certain things, but that's what you're dealing against when you're playing against this mob.
But yeah, exactly, and it's behaviour that is. I'll refer to it as one way that animals, mate. To be honest with you, I'm just going to say it out loud. It's I've been going to Celtic Park for quite a while, and you obviously, I know you've been there a lot of times yourself, Keith, but I think there's been one instance where I've seen something being thrown at anybody, but at Ibrox it seems to be a regular occurrence. Is that a coincidence? I think so. I think
I put up a picture of picture of the last 7 years we played them. There was a Scott Sinclair incident where one of their fans was doing monkey chanting in the crowds when Scott Sinclair scored. That was the penalty he scored. There was an incident where Scott Brown was attacked as well. You know, it's just the mentality to them. Like toilets being smashed up, like it's just an absolute disgrace. But at the end of the day, it feels like it's never gonna change. It's gonna be the same situation. We're gonna be sitting back down now in March or April when we're playing an Ironbox, and we're gonna be still having the same conversation. Are they gonna give us more allocation? They might turn around and say, you know what, snub your allocation, we're not giving you no allocation. Because they're trying to so-called look like they're going by the guidelines, the 5% or whatever it is, you know.
Well, I think with this allocation thing, I think the fixture was killed a bit. As soon as they brought it down, the original allocation down to the 750. I mean, that was what was the point in that? And it's not even just Rangers, to be honest with you, mate. It's Hearts have done it, St Mirren have done it. I mean, what is going on? It's crazy. Like, why is this happening in Scottish football now? What is these allocations? It needs to be resolved quickly because it isn't a good look.
It's not even the Glasgow derby. I was gonna say all firm, folks. It's not all firm. See if any Celtic fan says to you they're going out tomorrow for an all firm. From my book, give them a Zorro slap across the mouth because there's no all firm. It actually cringes me when someone says an all firm. I don't know if you've seen the Paddy Power ad today.
Oh,
Did you see?
It's pretty funny.
Brilliant. It's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, so
like that.
I want to know in the comments, folks, who's nervous about tomorrow? Tell us your prediction. Be honest. Don't feel like you're being a negative Nancy. We're going to talk about Rio HATATE's comeback as well, and Liel ABADA. ABADA hasn't played since the end of August. Rio hasn't played since the end of October. How are you feeling about these two boys back? You think we're throwing them in the dartboard, taking chances too soon?
I think that I don't think any of them are going to start tomorrow. I think it's not a fixture where you can just throw.
I've seen stranger things in football with Rodgers.
Well, that's true. Cal McGregor playing left back, you know that. But I just don't think he's going to throw. They'll be on the bench. I think they'll probably make bench, but I don't think they'll throw them straight in. I think it would be a bit reckless just to throw one of them straight in, because if they get injured straight away, then it's not going to be a good look. I think they definitely will feature from the bench. I think that's definitely going to happen. But who knows? It could come to a stage of the game where we have to bring them on. You need the quality. Do you know what I mean? So
just go back to what you just said there. We don't have. You're about to say we don't have option. Does that just show that you don't have confidence in the bench with certain players? Be honest.
I don't, mate. No, I don't. I mean, if you're chasing a goal, say if you're chasing a goal and you look to the bench and you've got a 50% Mio HATATE or 100%, and I know he's a cult hero, Mikey Johnson. You know, mate, throw on.
There in his eyes.
You know what I mean? I think Rodgers is feeling the same way a bit, to be honest with you, Keith. I think that the quality on the bench is. We got to a stage where we had a lot of quality on the bench. It's just going back to the old way where maybe one or two players max. But going back to the original point, I don't think any of them will start. I think that they'll make features from the bench. I think it would be a bit reckless, but again, strange things have happened.
Strange things have happened. Look at Rio scored 2 against them.
Yeah.
That midweek game when we went top of the league. ABADA scored in that game as well. ABADA scored against them last season as well. I think Lial ABADA's been putting all over the socials today that he's in the mix for tomorrow. And Rio, let's see. Like these boys have been back on the grass since the start of this month. So yeah, it is a risk, but that's what footballers get paid for. They have to go out there. Like you could be playing consecutive games, 11, 12 games in a row, not picked up one injury and get a bad injury. Just the joys of football,
No, absolutely. Totally agree with you. I mean, don't get me wrong, if it was up to me, I would play both of them. If I was the gaffer. But
well, this is what the podcast is for. This is why opinions are there. Like some people might say, let's start the tune tomorrow. Some people might say, no, start from one plays, one doesn't play. And everyone's welcome to their opinion at the end of the day. I'm nervous about tomorrow. I'm actually really nervous about tomorrow because I just feel like we're being very hot and cold. I'm going to tell the reason why why I'm nervous about tomorrow. Yes, we're meant to be raising our game against our biggest rivals at home in front of a whole stadium. But my the first concern is we have a lot of possession, and you feel like we may not have a lot of possession against them because they're more of a better team to compare to teams below them. But we get a lot of possession, and we don't be clinical with our possession. Look at the amount of chances we missed against Dundee. Now Dundee's a completely different team, different pitch, different game. Look at the chances we had against Dundee. We couldn't finish them.
I know you're right with me. I mean, it's definitely a concern. I would probably say that I'm nervous for tomorrow as well. I just want to be sat in my seat, ready for the first whistle. That's how I feel. I need to see how this is going to play out. I think it's probably one of the most 50-50 Glasgow derbies. No, I say that again. I always say that again. Probably one of the 50-50 Glasgow derbies has been quite a while because and it shouldn't be. We should be turning up tomorrow, 8 points clear, grooving, ready to style on a team that have been less than average the full season. But unfortunately, we find ourselves having to win this game. So
St. Johnstone took points against us at home. Hearts took points against us at home. Motherwell took points against us at home. Let's be honest here. I'm not trying to be negative. Their heads will be up, as Danny says there, because of Betis. I know that's Europa League. Their heads will be up. They played us back in Ibrox at the start of the season. We weren't great in that game. We got a goal on the stroke of half time. We had 2 or 3 chances against them in the game in the second half, and they had a couple of disallowed goals. Lagerbielke played. He struggled in that game. Yes, we kept a clean sheet. If he starts Lagerbielke, Hollow Welch tomorrow, I'm not going to lie, I will panic.
I think so.
He's a point to prove. Look, he's a point to prove at the same time. I know he's probably hitting off a bit of confidence after scoring against Feyenoord, coming off the bench. I just feel, the stakes are quite high. Yeah, fair enough. The atmosphere will be. If we're going in 0-0 at half time against them, the fans are going to be rattled. First of all,
yeah, that's
because we're expecting to have a early goal.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most important things for me, and I've been saying this all day. Really, if we can get that first quick goal, then it'll set us up to play our own game. Do you know what I mean? But if it gets to say that the halfway stage and it's still goalless, then I think there's a nervousness in our team, and it's evident we couldn't even hold after league against Motherwell. Do you know what I mean? At Celtic Park. So there's a nervousness in our team where
I'd say there's about 10% of fans will take a draw at the moment tomorrow. I won't take a draw. I want to win. Simple as that. I think we're good enough to go out and win tomorrow. I think this is the game that will lift us and change us for the season. I think so. I really believe it. And I'm not just big green tints on. I just feel like, we've done already against them this season. They were dominant in that game, first half. We came out the second half, defended quite well, had a few chances against them. I think there's no excuse, as I said. We're out of Europe. We need to clear the dead wood out. And Brendan should know by now, as he keeps talking about transfers, he should know who are actually winners in that team. And let's be honest, Jamie, majority of the squad has hammered them last season and previous seasons to win leagues and Scottish Cups and League Cups. So there should be no excuse.
it should be the same way again this year. It's our own undoing. It's not. I mean, it's our own undoing. It should be the
We
same.
shot ourselves in the foot, 100%.
It's our own undoing. But we've got a golden opportunity to put it right, and there's not much you can ask, much more you can ask for. It's going to be a packed out Celtic Park, 60,000 of your own fans. Go and do it. You know what I mean? Bring it back into our hands, as we say. You know what I mean? Let's go and put a statement down, show the quality we've got, and really kick on for the rest of the year.
100%. Thank you very much, John, for the membership on YouTube. Whoever wants to join the membership, it's 99 pence. I really appreciate it. If you just want to sub to the channel, it's free of charge as well. I had a guy on the other night, Chris ended up buying about 5 memberships. Thanks very much, Chris. Thanks to everyone that's bought the membership show so far. And thanks to the 63 people that are watching as well tonight on this, Glasgow Derby Eve. To any of the obsessed mob that are watching it, Old Firm Eve as well, they want to call it. Let's see what Danny has to say. Mind playing mind games of April. Who hasn't? Yeah, I know. I've seen that earlier on. I watched about 2 minutes of his podcast, his press conference. I was like, get this baldy nugget off me YouTube now. Right. So let's go further into this. We've talked about off. I obviously watched the game against Dundee the other day. Mikey Johnston, does he be on the bench at all?
I think he'd be on the bench purely due to the fact that Rodgers doesn't really trust anybody else. It's like the best pick of a bad bunch. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
I don't want to be too critical of the guy. He's probably a nice guy, but I've seen enough of Mikey Johnson to know that
4 goals in 4 years. Come on, that's desperate.
It's just not it, mate. I've seen enough to know that he isn't it. So I scored 2 at the weekend. Great goals, hats off to him. But if we get a better player in his space in that team, is completely.
That's a lot of people have been saying that he's more effective on the left than the right. I think he hasn't been effective on the right. I know he's been playing that position because we've been short of wingers. I'll be honest, I'd rather have Mikey on the bench ahead of James Forrest tomorrow. I know James has done it and all that. I just feel Mikey has more energy than Jamesy.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, I do think Mikey Johnson from the bench is going to be more effective than what Forrest is, because Forrest's legs seem to have stayed back in 2019. Don't think they really came forward with him, to be honest with you. Mikey probably all right, as in pace, attacking, I mean. So, like you say, I probably want Elway's space on the bench tomorrow. But, I mean, can you imagine if he starts because he scored twice? I mean, can you imagine that, honestly? I mean, who knows?
2 nice goals. Look at the keeper, made a howler at the first one, but the second goal, good bit of play between the players and a lovely finishing. And look, congratulations to him, but I feel like if he didn't score a Boxing Day or Stephen's Day, wherever you're living in the world, I think you'll be saying here, look, he's completely done. I put up a post about Mikey Johnson after I said, has he saved his Celtic career? And majority of people like, no, still let him go in January. Still let him go.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that
we had ABADA coming back as well, and you never know. I mean, Michael will actually get another winger as well.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good player at another team, but maybe no at Celtic level.
I think he's Hibs are Hibs are obviously Hearts. Hibs are Aberdeen level pushing, to be honest, pushing. But look at fair play to him getting through the youth system, getting the chance to play under a good few managers. But no, not for me. Definitely not for me. What's Charles should have kept CCV status on the low. Look at Brendan. Brendan had to say it. At least we don't have a leak as well. Remember, there used to be people leaking the team and all.
Oh, I remember the famous WhatsApp groups. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, their bottle will go again tomorrow. I hope it does, Stephen. Thanks very much for watching for your first hour time as well. John says, put my Ada on the left to annoy Tavernier. I was about to say that. We're going to talk about that. You know, Palmer's been playing well. And, you know, a couple of assists in there. Palmer altogether has 7 goals so far for Celtic and 9 assists. So I think you're going to have to, if he's a winger, he has to adapt to it. You can put him on the right and play Moyeda on the left, because every Celtic podcast I've watched over the last 24 hours have said the same thing. Play Moyeda on the left because of Tavernier.
This is the most important thing for me tomorrow, Keith, and I mean this. I do mean this. Maeda has to play next to Tavernier because he marks him out the game. And if Tavernier can't play, then Rangers don't really score. So that is the most important aspect of the tomorrow for me. Maeda has to be on his side because he marks him out the game. And if you watch, all the attacks etc. come through him. So if he can't get involved in the game, then it's only a good thing for us.
You like to see Mikey Johnson in the stands. I think he still has one more decent game left in him, to be honest. But some people are entitled to opinion, and I respect that. And Jamie says could score. Nah, I don't know. Mikey Johnson. We have on the bench that can come on tomorrow. I had someone saying last week before the Dundee game they would actually start all against these tomorrow for physicality. No, I go Kyogo.
Definitely Kyogo for me as well.
Because he has the history there scored against them, you know.
I mean, to put one would just does cause a lot of hassle. He does hassle defenders, but I think that if you're going to get a chance, you'd rather it felt with him than no. To be honest with you, you know what I mean? Like,
good stuff. So, folks, if you're watching this on Facebook, if you can share it, if you're on YouTube and you want to join the membership, under it there is join. Just press join, and I'll bring you into it. There's 64 people watching. There's many from Canada. Great to see the Canadians in. I have family in Kitchener, Ontario. My mum and dad are over there at the moment, and it's great to see the Canadians in as well. Wherever you're watching from, Scotland, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, the US, Brazil, these are all certainly welcome at the end of the day. Just get the comments in, no questions asked. Any questions for Jamie, throw them in as well. You know, it's at the end of the day, he's doing a good job so far. He will score. No, he won't score against us tomorrow. I don't know why people have this fear that they're going to score a penalty against us tomorrow. Calm it down. The referee tomorrow, I'll show you who the referee is right now. This guy here, okay, Nick Welch. Nick Welch loves giving them penalties. I think you get them a penalty against, it was Aberdeen last few minutes of the game, Bataji.
Yep. No.
So that's in the back in my mind, Jamie.
I mean, I think it's been. I don't remember the last time where they had a penalty against us at Celtic Park. But like I say, we shouldn't have to rely on the rest. We have to defend well. Do you know what I mean? That's what it comes down to, because yes, they get a few dodgy penalties, but
not in their 11-year history. I don't think they've ever scored a penalty in there against us in 11-year history at Celtic Park.
That can only complement our defending, and that's what I'm going to say about it. Do you know what I mean? I think that I think if we do our jobs right and don't even give them a sniff, then we shouldn't have to even worry about what Nick Walsh does when he gets the decision, if that makes sense.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, how's it going? Thanks very much for the mail on Instagram the other night as well, bud. Now, I hope you're well. Hope everything's good over well and over in the Big Apple as well. I'm sure he'll be up early in the morning getting that sauce down him, as he usually does. Sends me a picture of him on the sauce the day of the derby. Good stuff. Good stuff. Trey says, a quick compliment tomorrow. O'Reilly with a brace, 2-0 Celtic. Hell from DC. From DC, eh?
That's
all
crazy.
the lads. Great to see. Also, play Bernardo deeper and let McGregor run into that mob. What about you think of that, Jamie?
I think it's not bad. It's not a bad option. It isn't a bad option, you know. I really do like Cal McGregor in that role next to Ellie, but I feel like Wata isn't available, then it's not going to happen. If that makes sense, because I feel like the only player Rodgers has confidence to hold in that role is Wata, and if he is injured, then it's going to be. I think it'll be Aurelian Bernardo at start, and that might be two forward roles and McGregor will sit. It's a good option though, but I feel like because of the lack of depth in that area, I'll say, then it's probably not going to happen.
Steven said, doesn't matter what referee is, they're all Mason anyhow. We'll see. We'll see. The VAR referee is Willie Collum, just to let you know. Just to let you know. I know this is really
Well, I
hard to
call
see it.
just in school.
So Esther says, get right into them from kickoff. Need the points. I hope they don't get a penalty. Stop worrying about penalties. They won't get penalties. Don't be worrying about it. And Paul, good question. Would you risk a bad against Barisic even for an hour? I'll let you answer this one.
Yeah, you know, well, for an hour. I mean, like I say, it really depends on how much he's got in his legs at this stage.
I think Barisic is past. He's terrified to take players on. He's not the player he was 2 or 3 years ago.
I've got confidence in Palmer. Yeah, I think that Palmer will cause him a bit of bother. But ABADA, like I say, if it was for fully fit, ready to go ABADA, then absolutely. But I feel like they're probably only going to get maybe half an hour. I know I keep sounding pessimistic about it.
Palmer score from the right flank against Atletico Madrid.
I feel like Palmer will do a job with him tomorrow. We'll see Palmer shine through what qualities he's actually got. Hopefully, that is. try to speak that in existence.
Good stuff. Hope he's enjoying the podcast tonight, folks, as well. As I said, I'm bogged down with the flu. He's down with a head cold. I'm literally a Lemsip junkie at the moment, but I'm on the whiskey tonight because I'm trying to shift this. I've been drinking straight whiskey as well, so hopefully I have a late fitness test and I'm out for the beers tomorrow for the game as well. You know, it's called Apartment of Assistance Ref by Refs. Look at Alan Thompson podcast. Look at, we all know the referees in Scotland are shocking. They just, I don't even know how they officiate UEFA games. It's beyond a joke.
That goes without saying, mate. Some of the decisions that you see are absolutely crazy. I mean, you can't even make sense of them. And the consistency, like he'll book some. Like for one instance, it was a few games ago. I can't remember if it was St George. It was one of the games we drew, and it was one of the kicked the ball, and he booked him, and then 2 seconds later, I know it went up to do a favour. And then 2 seconds later, I was Taylor kicked the ball and they never booked him. There's no consistency there, but that is the rule. You know what I mean?
But you know what? I realised this season under Rodgers style of football, Joe Hart's not getting the pushing the asking the ball boys straight away to give him that ball so he can ping it. The tempo of football needs to be fast tomorrow. We can't be doing this slow tempo of football, getting our flanks up halfway to the pitch and then passing it back for a centre pass. We can't be doing that possession football tomorrow and trying to suss out Rangers. We need to just hit them the way that we used to hit them. That means.
There you go. Well, I think quite an interesting spin on this, like an outside perspective. So, see if you think about teams that have actually came to Celtic Park and tried to play us. So, we'll start with Aberdeen. Beat them 6-0 with 20 players. Hibs. Was it 4? When they came out and tried to play us. We beat Feyenoord when they came out and tried to play us. So it could work to their disadvantage if they come out and try and play us. And then it really shows their style of football. Do you know what I mean? Because teams that sit in against us, we struggle because we're just passing it left, right. Do you know what I mean? So if they came out and try and play us tomorrow, it could work in our advantage.
100%. Hopefully we get to see a fantastic display from the Green Brigade tomorrow and get that place rocking. We all wanted them back in, and they're back in since last weekend. You know, we want to see atmosphere. You know, no excuse. At the end of the day, they have no away atmosphere. It'd be sick to our teeth if they were to nick a result off us tomorrow. We don't want to even feel like that. But let's be honest. Worst case scenario, they beat us, and we're trying to make back the points in the league, trying to beat them in the next 2 games, home and away. But the best case scenario is we beat them, they go on a bit of a losing streak, drop a couple of points there, and then it's the chance is quite slim. But the title's in their hands, and we can't get complacent. We got complacent already. We should be double points ahead of them. But we're not, because we shot.
That goes without saying. It's complacency that's caused us, and it's the games at home that really shoot you in the foot. The St Johnstone draw, the Motherwell draw, the loss to Hearts. That is just borderline unacceptable for me. I know that might sound entitled. People keep saying this, but it's for a Celtic team to not be able to find a way again.
A Celtic treble winning team to fall like that is just disgusting.
Nah, it's not good enough, mate. To be honest with you. So we need, and if they're going to head behind the ball, then we need to find different ways to block defence rather than just the same old pass side. So it'll be interesting to see how it works tomorrow, because like I say, they are a big physical team, and in terms
of Barisic is out.
Aye,
that's Dan saying Barisic out. I always trust Dan Rizio Bernardo. Always on it. The Forge. And Paul, 100%. Let me see. Anyone forgetting Tilio's including. And Tilio's going to the Asian Cup, and so is Yang and Kwan. I don't know what Kwan's doing. I don't know where he's off to. He's probably gone back. Kwan.
That guy. Yeah. The weekend there, I saw him. He get sent out to warm up twice. As I was watching, and I was thinking to myself, no way. I was like, no way. There's no way he's going to bring him on. Nah, he didn't. I was like, no way. But fair.
Mara says 2-1 hoops. Good to see you, Mara. Hard to believe Willie Collum. Look, this is nothing down to do with religion, folks. Don't look into that perspective. Paul does a wing tomorrow. He thinks Seth goes hopes. That's it. We need to get a win tomorrow. No if buts, maybe. If Limstrong is out, we will absolutely dominate this midfield. Yeah. Regardless who they have in the midfield, that we should be dominating anyway. We have an experienced captain of Callum McGregor there, and he should be getting stuck in. Matt O'Reilly's a battler. People want Bernardo to play tomorrow, start ahead of HATATE, or even no one's even saying Turnbull. No one said this week Turnbull to start. It's crazy.
I'm in the chapel. I'm getting the early prayers in for tomorrow.
Therefore, we definitely agree there's weakness in the fullbacks. The most important thing, someone's at the comment there. I think it was actually who was it when I said it? Just 2 seconds. No, I think it was actually Jamie that says it. Jamie was saying that he's worried about not having anyone in the back post. I completely agree with you. I think looking at us giving set pieces away to the likes of Motherwell, even Hearts. It wasn't a set piece. It was the defender for the Hearts goal, or the Hibs goal, sorry, and the 2 Hearts goals. We need to have man-to-man tomorrow. It's none of this zone of marking. It's just, I'm sick of talking about the same stuff all the time in this podcast.
It's going to be so important for us tomorrow to defend our own 18-yard box.
All I keep thinking about is when they beat us in that game, the first Celtic Park game, first home game of the season, they actually won it, and the set pieces we get, if they could score them set pieces, goals and scored. It just keeps coming to the back of my brain.
Well, it's going to be so important that we defend our box well. Honestly, that's going to be one of the main key areas, I would say, because the goal that Shineland scored was just unlike anything I've ever seen for a professional outfit in my entire life. How you could leave somebody like him standing at the back post himself was just unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be so important that we defend our own 18-yard box tomorrow.
James says, lose no way, Keith. Possibility we could lose. Think about this, right? Think about this, James. I'm not trying to Debbie down this. They're on a high after winning the League Cup. We're being very hot and cold with football this season. Yes, we beat them on Ibrox. They're still in Europe. They're after getting a player in already. I don't even think he's going to feature tomorrow because it has to be the 4th of January. So the possibility of us actually losing tomorrow could happen. You seen it? Seen us losing the Hearts already at home, dropping points to St. Johnstone at home, Motherwell at home. So Brendan Rodgers needs to up his game. Conor McGregor needs to up his game. The team need to up his game. The referees. So yeah,
apologies for that, Keith.
yeah, they're losing half. People are like, what is he doing? He's in bits with that flu. Place to be bouncing tomorrow. Laura's saying 2-0. The atmosphere will be unreal with the Green Brigade being back. Set piece have to stop. Bernardo on box marking. Let's see. Someone needs to put TikTok Todd in the air within the first 5 minutes, hopefully. Trust me, boys, we will pump that tomorrow. I'm hoping. Right, so this is my starting lineup, right, folks? Obviously, a lot of you will disagree. Some of you will disagree or agree, and that's okay. All 22 opinions. So, Jamie can correct me on his starting lineup as well if he wants to. So, let's go to this comment. John, you're getting booted off for a second. Well, I'll get rid of your comments for 1 second. John, you're killing the vibe here. I'm only messing. Right, so Hart and goal. He's not going to change. He's going to go with Joe Hart. Joe Hart's pulled off some really good saves against them over the past and some really good moments. Are you happy with Hart and goal?
Yeah, absolutely agree. Totally agree.
Right. Alistair Johnston, hot and cold.
I think options are very, very limited. I'd be very surprised to see if he put Ralston in there. But I think Johnston is the 100% going to start tomorrow.
Welch, I'll go with Welch because he's playing this derby. He's a Celtic fan. He's a Celtic boy. He knows what the crack is. You put Bielka in, that's very hot and cold about his career Celtic, if he's going to be going next week, or is he? Naroski hasn't kicked the ball since end of August. I wouldn't go. Nat Phillips is back down the road to Liverpool, I think, and I wouldn't be touching Nat Phillips. I'd rather literally play skill back in the middle of the centre defence. Big leadership skills need to come out of Liam Scales tomorrow.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Greg Taylor. Taylor, he has to step it up. You know, he's been off the boil this season, and we all know what Taylor can do. Taylor scored a goal against them in the semi-final and stuff. He actually came through their youth academy and they went to Kilmarnock. He knows the stakes are quite high. Shut your hole, fat boy. So he needs to play and play a blinder. Awat is still out, so Carl stays in there. You agree with that one?
Yeah, I agree totally. That's like I touched on earlier. I feel like the Lackey Awata there, the McGregor will definitely start at CDM role.
Yeah, or it's going to be Quan. So,
he starts tomorrow. I'm walking out that stadium,
man. Matt O'Reilly. I have a feeling it could be a Matt O'Reilly. Matt O'Reilly could step up and do a Tom Rogic moment tomorrow. You never know, or Stuart Armstrong moment. You know.
Well, for us tomorrow, if I
yeah. I'm going with Rio HATATE. I know Bernardo has played the last game and scored, played the game before. I'm still not feeling Bernardo, folks. I'm sorry, but I think he's overrated. Yeah, fair play. Scored the other day. Bernardo, more match fitness, sharpness. Yeah, fair enough. But Rio HATATE, experienced player, scored a couple of goals against them. He's obviously been training in the background for the last 5 weeks. So I'm going HATATE on this. Give HATATE 60 minutes. Doesn't work out. Bring Bernardo on, or even Torval on. Change it around. Someone's going to say, "Oh, him home." No, I know Home came off the bench against them, and he'd done well at Ironbox, but no. I go with HATATE with this one, folks. You know, he's not going to make 90 minutes. I'll be honest, nowhere near 90 minutes at HATATE. Be looking to get half of him. If you get 60 minutes, delightful. Let's see how the game goes. It all depends on the intensity of the game. Depends on what style of football we're playing. You know, as well. So, who would you go for in this one? Would you go with starting with HATATE, Jamie, or would you go with Bernardo?
I mean, my heart 100% would say HATATE, but logically, I think that I'm going to disagree with you here, Keith. I think that Bernardo will definitely play there tomorrow. I feel like it's going to be, like I said earlier, going to be super cautious. I would love Rio to be able to get a good half out of Rio, but I think because Bernardo scored that goal at the weekend, although it was quite fluky, I think he made a decent account of himself. I think that's probably earned them this start tomorrow as well.
They're simply literally like obsessed.
Are they here?
Getting pumped tomorrow. Getting pumped tomorrow. Don't you worry about that. Come back on tomorrow and see where you are then. So everyone's saying left wing Rio Days in Maeda has to play to mark Tavernier out of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Palm on the right.
I feel like he's the best.
Or ABADA.
I think it'd be quite. I think it would be quite unfair to deny Palmer a start. You know, I think that in a very, very poor recruitment period, he's probably been the one not so terrible shining light, if that makes sense. Listen, people are constantly on his back as well. He's got a good return. Remember, this is his first season with us, and he's got a decent return. He's one of the only ones that are actually contributing to the team regularly for this.
7 goals, 9 assists. People forget that, don't they?
Exactly. So he's contributing to the team. Yes, he has his moments, but I feel like he's going to be one for the future, and he will be good.
Mm-hmm. As I said, any other game I played my 8 on the right, I play Palm on the left, just because he lives rent free in Tavernier's head. That's the reason why.
That's true.
That's it. And we know what Tavernier can do. He scored 2 goals against us last season in this fixture as well. So
yeah,
will not put it past them. He's my, like, I know they have Silmet, whatever his name is. They have some good players. They do have TikTok Cantwell. They do have Kamara Roof and stuff like that. But I don't really look into their squads. I will pull up the 2 last starting lineups in the last 2 games. Just people are interested to see what they started and who they played and all that malarkey anyway. Because there's a couple of simply obsessed people looking anyway on the podcast tonight, so let them enjoy it for the whole 2 minutes. But Kyogo needs to get right, and he's missing too many sitters and too many chances.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I guess Kyogo tomorrow, you know.
No better fixture to get Kyogo back up and running, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. He scored against Rangers a few goals against Rangers, so this is the chance to really show that. Some people have been saying he looks disinterested, like he's almost half-arsed, but I don't think it is that. I think he's just frustrated with sometimes the lack of service or the how disjointed it is at the front. Sometimes I think that's what's getting to him a wee bit.
Lack of service, lack of tact. It's different tactics that he's been working under for the last 2 years with hands and stuff. And some footballers adapt to it perfectly fine. Some take time, and I know fans are recognising it as well. But be interesting tomorrow, folks. As I said, if you can jump onto the YouTube channel, the same name, come on to Hoop Celtic, subscribe free of charge. There's a membership there as well if you want to support us in an extra way, but you don't have to. It's all after Christmas. We're all skint. I can understand. Not skint as them, but you know what I mean. So this is what they started the last 2 games as well. Obviously, you have to talk with the opposition. There's no point of being all green tints, and not. You have to think about what we're against as well. So that was them against as far as I know, I think that was against who was this? They played Motherwell in the last game, and then the game before that he played as well. So this is the Motherwell when he played against Motherwell. Desire's played up front. That's a player that actually raises a bit of, I think that would go in McCausland. I think he'd be a threat against us tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. So he would play against Greg Taylor, but that's a good matchup for Taylor physically. You know, he didn't box him with Sima, but I feel like Greg Taylor, his weakness, his main weakness, I know they're quite a lot, but is his physicality. So I think that could put him tomorrow if he's playing against McCausland at that side. But then again, will he swap him and Sima around to him? But I feel like Greg Taylor should have him in check tomorrow.
Just hoping Kyogo doesn't have that fear and afraid that he's going to do his shoulder in. He needs to get stuck in. Like you look at, he's faster than Golson. At the end of the day, get stuck in. You could change it up, bring on. I don't think he's going to go 2 strikers against them unless we're chasing the game. That's his tactics all over. You're looking at that midfield there. Like, your midfield are stronger than that. Like, regardless if it's Bernardo or HATATE, O'Reilly, Cal, come on.
Should be more than enough to deal with that tomorrow, mate, if that's what it's going to be.
Exactly. Oh God, I wish he wore that mask again. Remember that game against them? He was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
so this is what could happen, right? So they're 2 games in hand. They're playing, one of the games is against us. Let's be realistic. They would beat us tomorrow. They beat us tomorrow, right? They go 3 points behind us with their game in hand as well.
yeah. So, I mean, if listen, I'm going to we're going to win tomorrow.
But look at our goal difference.
We're going to win, but it would be quite a catastrophic set of circumstances if we got to lose tomorrow. You know, it would see the season absolutely flipped on its head. Do you know what I mean? So,
no, confident we're going to win, folks. Quite confident. That's why we're doing the podcast tonight. I'm going 2-1. I'm going 2-1, folks. I don't mean to. Is that Gobshite still on this game? He blocked. Weirdo. Sitting there on a Celtic podcast. What a weirdo. Great things to do, mate.
Easy.
Tate won't be match fit. Holland at home. Hardly play. Let's go through the comments here. Look, Butland's a good keeper. He is a good keeper. I don't think the lads are going to test him long range. It's just the type of football we're playing. I just can't see it happening.
Nah, definitely no.
So Paul saying 3-0. Irish Rebel is saying 3-0. So folks, the 72 is jumping on. Comment below the scores. I'm going to let Jamie come off. Jamie, what's your prediction? I know you're going to game tomorrow.
Right. My prediction is I'm going to put a lot of faith into the Celtic backline here and say 2-0. I feel like that backline seems to be getting a lot of stick. But I feel like Scales and Welsh are going to give the games their life tomorrow, and we're going to win 2-0. That's my prediction.
And who's the goal scorers? I know you might say it doesn't matter once we win 2-0.
No. I was about to say that actually. I'll go for Matt O'Reilly and Luis Palma. No Kyogo. I know it's controversial. People are going to be saying, "What Kyogo?" But I feel like
That's three goal scorers there. So
people are going to be saying to me. People are going to say that I'm quite controversial by not saying Kyogo. So, but Palma and O'Reilly, any order. I don't have to be that precise, you know.
Good stuff.
But a pleasure I gave him, man. I appreciate it.
Might see you tomorrow night if you're not, Bojangles.
Yeah,
I know you'll be busy on a Saturday night. See how I feel as well. I probably have about 9-10 Guinness down me if I get past this flu in the morning. So the whiskies will do it. But I'll stay on for another 10-15 minutes to chat to you folks. James going to jump off. Let him get into bed early. Let him get ready for the game tomorrow. Good having you on.
Thank you. See you later, man. Appreciate that.
No worries. So that's Jamie jumped off there. It's good to have Jamie on. Good perspective. People ask me all the time, would I like to get someone on that watches the channel? Just drop me an email. Simple as that. Drop me an email. I do apologise to anyone on YouTube. I haven't been on the last couple of days. Bogged down with the flu. And there's been a couple of people unsubscribing because I'm not doing daily content. Don't worry. I'm sure I'll win you back another day. New people come and go. It's a numbers game, innit? Sadly. John says HATATE will last 25 to 35 minutes. Seen it all before. Full fitness needed, especially for this derby, 100%. But I went with HATATE because I think, experienced player, played in this derby. If he's done by 45 minutes, you change around, bring Bernardo on, or home, or David Turnbull. David Turnbull scored against him last season. People forget about that as well. I know McLaughlin made an error of it, passing on to him, but look, it is what it is. It's a goal, isn't it? We celebrated it. 3-1 Martin says, good stuff, Martin. Are you living in Handon under the sun, eh? Score predictions. I'm going 2-1. I'm going 2-1 Celtic. I think they're going to score against us. Stupid set piece, to be honest. I think they'll score first and we'll win 2-1. I'm going to fancy Kyogo. I'm going to fancy Matt O'Reilly. I just think Matt O'Reilly. I did say in my video earlier on ABADA to come off the bench and score, but I think O'Reilly's on flying form. Kyogo, this is the game Kyogo needs to get himself back in the mix. And what I mean get back in the mix is start getting goals again. Like 2 goals in 13 games is not good enough for Kyogo standards, for any striker standards. 55 years watching. Let's get this up to 70. Share it. People on Facebook. There's a lot of people on YouTube. If you want to join the membership, 99p. He's more welcome to get me towards a bag of cans. Let me see. If you don't have it, squad, folks. Okay. I'll be honest with you, Jamie. I don't really look into where they're going to line up tomorrow. I put up the last starting lineup for the last 2 games. I don't really care, to be honest. Once our boys can step toe to toe with them and go out there and play in front of a full home crowd and play the football that's required to win the game, that's what matters. I don't care what their names are and who plays for them. Once we can do our job and get our house in order and play football the right way, that's what matters. Look at they have good players, yeah, but we have leaders, we have winners. They don't have treble winners. So that's my come back to that question. But 3-1. Charles says, hope Charles is doing well over in Florida. I hope you're gonna. I don't know if you're gonna go down to the Boozer tomorrow and watch that. Be an early kickoff over there. The Lucky Leprechaun. Shout out to the CSC over there. So David McDonald says it's a 6:30 a.m. kickoff where I live. I'll have my scarf up and I'll be singing and Never Walk Alone in full volume. Come on, you boys in green. Fair play to you, Davey. Get on it like a car bonnet. Who cares about them coffees? Get them gargles into you. Get that moonshine into your buds. How's it going, Joseph? I hope you're doing well. Hell, I'd like to see Og start with Kyogo. He's not going to go with 2 strikers. I like your opinion. I think obviously it would be a bit. I think tactically he's got to keep the midfield the same as it is, but he'll mind to talk. I'm just a Celtic fan like yourself. Do you think Celtic will let Rangers come to them all guns blazing? Why not? Let them come at us. We have enough in the tank to match them anyway and be superior. So they'll have a game plan. They'll try park the bus and hope on a few set pieces, and the second half they'll put pressure on us. Definitely. At the end of the day, in their eyes, it'd be a fantastic result to get a point at Celtic Park, but I wouldn't take a point against them, especially at home in front of a full crowd. I think that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing regardless which way we play or not tomorrow. And if I turn around, if it is a draw tomorrow, say, that was just, we deserved the result, I'd be embarrassed saying that. I actually would be embarrassed. No, he won't start. Kyogo, both strikers, too many chances. Agree with you. I think they'll press us. It'll be interesting. We can all say they might. We all say they might not. But time will tell. Time will tell. So there's 59 years watching. Tell us where you're watching from. A couple of people from DC. A couple of people from Canada. A couple of people from Florida watching. It's great to see people from across the Atlantic watching the podcast tonight. Tell us what you are doing for the game. If it's a 6:30 a.m. kickoff in your mind, tell me what you're up to. Is saying Scotland? Great. Norway Rangers will play the good teams. 11. Don't know, man. You don't know. You don't know, Kieran. Surprise. Hello to Kieran in Belfast as well. Strange things happen in football, man. Their victory over Betis would be a typical Walter Smith. Yeah. Minnesota. Oof. Best of luck. Best of luck to the Irish today. Won a grand. Now we are. Oh, fair play. Oh, there's Kyogo with the membership as well. Good stuff. Big up, Kate. What's up, Martin? I hope you're doing well. We'll win tomorrow, and yet the fans will turn on the manager and the players. Deja vu. That's the joy of supporting about Celtic. You're gonna have fans that are just very finicky about certain players, about certain systems, about the manager. You just can't win over certain fans, and that's the god honest truth, Paul. It's the truth, and I completely agree with your comments. We win tomorrow. People will be still moaning. People will still moaning about a certain performance, about the way the goal went in, or about a true ball. Still moaning about it, And I'd be just happy with the 3 points. If we have to if it's a scrappy game of football and we win 1-0 tomorrow, who cares? Once we win. Monday Hoops, good to see. I met a guy in Dublin Zoo today that said he watches the channel. I didn't get a name, but I just want to give a massive shout out to that guy that came over and shook my hand. I felt weird. I was like, cheers, man. Thanks very much for supporting me. Cheers. Appreciate it. Oh, them. Oh, they turn anyway. They don't know what weekend. But that's the joys. That's a demand. And regardless of who you support, you expect victory. You expect that. Exactly. He's on like a carbonic. Good stuff. Great picture, by the way. Good question, Aiden. Would you rather a last-minute winner or a 5-0 hammering? 5-0 hammering. Because think about them goals. Think about them emptying their pubs early, sinking, killing them inside. Killing them inside. Because if it was going towards the last minute, you're excited to be hitting. And what if they were get a set piece in the way we're vulnerable and stuff like that? Definitely not. So 5-0. Right into them. Not bad for a person that has the flu, eh? I know, Paul. Every game is a must. Every game is a cup final, mate. Yvonne says she loves the podcast. Shout out to Yvonne, the TikTok queen, she calls herself. Hope you're well, mate. Another DVD. Hopefully 5-0 and finish them. Exactly. Put them down, back down the ground. Form is temporary, liquidation's permanent. Come back when you actually win a treble. Come back when you actually win a proper European Cup. Exactly. So all the folks that are on Facebook, please join me on YouTube. Come on, the Hoop Celtic. Free of charge to subscribe. Takes 2 seconds out of your life. You'd rather scroll through Facebook and look at people with their matchy jammies talking shit. I'm sick of seeing all the coronation stuff on Facebook. Back me. Free of charge. Not against people who have matchy jammies, but you know what I mean. Too many of it on the news feed in the last few days. It's giving me migraines, folks. That's why it's probably bringing the flu on. We don't ask for much, do we? Definitely not. Success. You finish second place, you lose the battle. Simple as that. So we'll see what happens. A win will do nicely. 100%, Jackie. Of course. No other way. Brendan says he's a elite coach. He needs to prove it. Of course, he proved that Ibrox, didn't he? He proved that winning trebles. He proved that being invincible, but he needs to step up the game. Why don't I want just Brendan Rodgers back for the style of Brendan Rodgers? I want Brendan Rodgers to deliver success at Celtic. And that means winning the big games. That means waking these players up and giving them the shake and saying, look, this is a Glasgow derby. You want to make your name and become a good player. You got the whole world looking at you for this derby. And you want to go step up to that level that's in, I know that's in you. Do it. Just do it. I'm not worried about the referee, to be honest, Martin. Where have you been all podcast? You've been disappeared, Plunge. Were you watching someone else's podcast tonight? You snake. Are you doing a Brendan on me? Me messing, Plunge. How are you keeping? Plans for the game. I'm in Dublin, so I'll probably go to the pub. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not going to be local pub. The pub I usually go to because it's sold out. I left the last minute. I'm just hoping I can shift this flu by in the morning because I don't want to wake up and feel worse than I am. So worst case scenario, I'm sitting here in the gaff with sips watching the game. Best case scenario, I'm sipping Guinness in a pub all the Celtic fans. Given the socks. That's the best case scenario in Dublin somewhere. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So if he's only joining late, I'll just go through my starting lineup again. This is my starting lineup. I would go with Hart, Johnston, Taylor, Scales, Welch, because Carter Vickers is ruled out for the next 2 games. Callum McGregor, Rio HATATE to start, even though he hasn't played since the end of October. His last game was against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, which was that. Thanks to Carl. Shout out to Carl. Matt O'Reilly to start. I knew Tommy Rogers / Dewey Armstrong. Moyeda starts on the left because he lives rent-free in Tavernier's Head, and we've seen him kind of starting on the left a lot, the Ironbox fixture back in the new year, and he scored as well from it. So Louis Palmer starting the right. Yeah, his preferred position is on the left. He has 7 goals and 9 assists this season. People forget about that, so I go with Palmer in there, and then Kyogo up front. Kyogo is very hot and cold at the moment. He's a Japanese boy. We all love him. So is Moyeda. So is Rio. So is even that boy Itaguchi, even though he's meant to leave. He's still one of our Japanese boys. Awata's still one of our Japanese boys. Korobashi's still one of our Japanese boys. The Japanese brigade. So that's my starting lineup, just to let you know, folks. You can all agree or disagree. It doesn't really matter. And then we got this one as well. This is a crack of a picture. I thought I'd root this out of the archive for you folks. It's a good one. So yeah, let's see what else we have here to cheer you up. As I said, we might see these 2 guys start tomorrow. The chances are quite slim because they haven't played. ABADA hasn't played since the start of September. I'm not watching Impeders tomorrow. It's a sold out venue tomorrow. Good luck to Aiden and the team down there. I hope he has a fantastic spectacle as usual. Fantastic pub, fantastic hospitality, fantastic lad, fantastic gigs, fantastic musicians, fantastic Guinness. Gives a 5-star. Best pub in Dublin by a mile. That not me being a liquor arse, and it's the facts. It's a fantastic pub, folks. You don't get many pubs like Peter Brown's. I think ABADA could be really dangerous on the right. His cutback cross is really hard to deal with, 100%. I'll be singing that song tomorrow. ABADA, da 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 da. I can't explain in the morning. I hope he changes his mind, changes his mouth card. But once he just scores, and great to see Kaiser on. Great to see people tuning in. 44 strong people. Who cares? John, good to see John in. Maybe you could see ABADA make an appearance tomorrow. Hopefully. Everybody's keen to see a bit of Liel in there, aren't we? We missed them. We missed them on the right flank. We've been vulnerable on the right flank, to be honest. And what I mean vulnerable, we haven't been really creative. We have had James that, James is like a 1 in a 14 appearance player that turns the heat on. Mikey Johnson plays better on the left. It's been desperate on the right flank, to be honest. And points I'm saying to myself, we could just play Mike Johnson right wing and play Ralston right back at this rate, That's it. So that's really it, folks. I'm going to jump off in a second. I will be back tomorrow night. I won't be back after the game. We'll never come on straight after the game, especially when I'm drinking. So I'll be back tomorrow night, maybe about 8 o'clock. Regardless of what the result is, I'll be coming on, having a chat with you. I'll be either praising or I'll be raising and moaning. So hopefully I'm not moaning. I really appreciate everyone joining tonight. Thank you very much, folks. I really appreciate it. And if you could come over to the YouTube channel and subscribe, as I said, it's free of charge. The memberships, it's 99 cents or 99p, whatever you want to do. And just subscribe. That's all I'm asking. Beggars can't be choosers. So I appreciate it, folks. Thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow. 2-1 Celtic tomorrow. I'll speak to you tomorrow. I might jump on in the morning. I'll see how I feel when I wake up.